My junior year of high school, I'm sitting at the Franklin County High School FFA chapter banquet right here at Emmanuel College in the Swell Center. All of the lights go out and everything is quiet. The drum roll begins and they call my name. Tyler Campbell, Franklin County High School FFA Chapter Sentinel, 2018-2019 season. For the next year, I fulfilled the role of Sentinel for the Franklin County FFA. And today, I will be examining some of the good and bad things that I experienced during this time. To begin, I'll start with some of the bad things that I experienced. For starters, the stress that mounted upon me during this time was almost unbearable. Trying to juggle schoolwork, my role as an officer, as well as participating in other extracurricular activities. It was hard for me to juggle everything, and I felt like that I had to put my role as an officer before everything else, which allowed me to put everything else aside and think that it wasn't as important. The countless hours that I put in as an officer made me sacrifice time away from my family and friends. Sometimes staying at school until 10, 11 o'clock at night, almost midnight, and coming in before school, the time that I spent with my family became very minimal, and the relationships that I had with my friends started to fade away as well. The final thing that I noticed about being an officer that I would consider bad was that as an officer, there's only 8 of us, and we're always in the center light. This led for me to have a bubble of fear around me at all times, and the fear of me letting down my fellow members, my teammates, as well as members, guests, and other advisors. I never wanted to let anybody down, and I always had a nervousness about me that I was going to let someone down. Now we'll transition to some of the good things that I had. The first of the good things were the relationships that I built during my time as an officer. We got to go to conferences, team building, bonding experiences, as well as many other events where I got to meet all kinds of new people, members, other officers, and advisors. A lot of those people that I met during this time, I still get to communicate with and have a relationship today. Another great thing about being an officer was the places that I traveled to, going as far away as Washington, D.C. for Washington Leadership Conference, Indianapolis for National FFA Convention, going to Covington, Georgia to the Georgia FFA FCCLA Center for FFA Summer Camp. All of these places I'll never forget, and I made great memories with my teachers, my friends, and my fellow members. The last of the very many great things that I experienced during this time was the character traits that being an officer built around me. I had to be a responsible young adult, juggling all of the other things that I had to do while still maintaining my role as an officer. I had to show integrity, being honest with my fellow members and my teachers, as well as it taught me how to be a leader. I was always in the limelight, and other people around me looked upon me for leadership. Overall, I would say that my time as an officer was more good rather than bad. Although there were bumps in the road, like stress, time away from my friends and family, and fear of letting people down, there were great things, like the memories made, the places that I traveled to, and learning how to be a great leader, being responsible, and showing integrity. So I would say my time as an officer was very, very good. Thanks.